Peter, if you want more offenses to your eardrums, he also has I'm High Off Sugar Plum Fairies, Distraction of the Nights, and Just Lake.
I gotta watch Distraction of the Nights, because Dance of the Nights is what I used for the Painter's main theme.
Distraction of the Nights is... they're all highly offensive to the ears.
Oh, my God.
All right, and we are live.
Greetings.
Greetings, friends.
Peter, I'm sorry for your musically minded brain to have seen the depths of something that probably should not have been witnessed.
I have to break out my big bag of dice in case you guys decide to actually fight this thing.
Oh, God.
Because good news, it actually has sentience compared to its fellows.
Oh, okay.
Alright, is everybody ready, minus Rob?
Almost there.
Is Rari ready for death? Again.
Almost.
Death again? Well, maybe.
If you guys
Because remember,
no.
last fight you actually went down and nearly died.
I'm gonna make a
Again.
prediction. If you guys do actually decide to fight this thing, it's gonna take Rari 4 rounds to go down.
And then probably another round to reach dying 3.
Well, if the
Or 4.
conspirator dragon was any indicator, I'll
Well,
go
I
out.
mean, maybe
Yeah,
Rari
we'll
should
go down
invest in
again.
archery.
In that order.
The Pathfinder version of the rogue is very clearly not meant for melee combat, dude. It's so obvious.
And
Right.
here Robert is trying to break the standard and suffering the consequences of
I
breaking the
think that's the
standard.
thing that I have trouble reconciling, because with rangers in, I'm not rangers, rogues in D&D, they can be kind of versatile and close.
Kind of, but even then they're meant for those.
Right, they are kind of meant more for distance still.
Yeah, and with the D&D rogue, they seem to make it a lot easier for you to get a melee hit and then get the fuck out of there.
Well, yeah, that too, because you have your cunning action and you have your uncanny dodge.
And if it's a magic attack, oh, you got fucking evasion.
Evasion. Yep. And then if you're top it all off, you have things like assassinate, where like you actually are incentivized to get one strong attack off and then fuck off out of there.
Whereas with the Pathfinder rogue, you're just like, if you give yourself only melee options, you do not have the tankiness to eat hits if you can't get out of there.
Right.
Which
and
is
I
to
think-
say, they actively punish you.
Yeah. And I
And
think I like that. I just need to also buy that equipment soon.
bro,
Event. But yeah, I wasn't used to that for sure. If I run a rogue again in Pathfinder, I'm definitely
Gonna
expecting my equipment.
It's
that
not
way.
too late, because I think Rory still has intrinsic trainings from being a rogue to know how to shoot a bow and arrow.
Right.
He does, and he uses a finesse weapon, so it's not like he doesn't have good decks.
Right. It's just a matter of finding what that.
Well, I mean, I feel like a standard bow and arrow are pretty easy to get a hold of.
They are, but
Well,
he's
of
talking
course,
about magical
but,
shit.
Well, yeah, magical shit is a lot harder to get a hold of, but if you wanted to start from a basic thing and then get it enchanted, that's different.
Right.
Peter,
need
can
is
you
an
please
enchantment.
join the Roll20?
I gotta get there. Right.
And Robert needs to join it too.
Well, he's
Yeah,
still
I'm-
getting
I'm
home.
I'm on it. My internet's a little slow, but
Meanwhile, my wisp just singing the swarm of the bumblebees from inside its little pouch. Not even the flight, just the swarm.
pretty please work. Are you okay? Come on.
Well, Rob,
Should I send Robert the swarm of the bumblebees so he can listen to the offensiveness later?
later.
I'm logging in with Discord because it was being stubborn as all get out.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna do the flashback. Last time on Beyond the Fourth Wall, a sepia tone grayscale through the scary door.
Not the sepia filter.
The sepia tone filter.
Uh-oh.
This music is a little bit loud, so I'm going to lower it down. Alright, last time on Beyond the Fourth Wall, our friends, adventurers, found a man-made crypt, per se. And it was all but swarming with mummy guardians.
Sort of.
Sort of, kind of, sort of.
We may have trapped a few of them inside their coffins and burned them.
And once they did clear everything out, they went back into the room where they discovered a large sarcophagus.
Fancy one.
Large, fancy sarcophagus that they are now deciding to open.
With Duzon at the front, because we know if anything goes wrong, he can take a hit.
I'm also gonna...
Duzon,
I'm
can
also
you...
gonna... May I raise my shield as I do this?
You
Just in
already
case
have
of-
your shield raised from last session.
Perfect. That's all I needed to hear. Let's keep going, baby.
Now, I mean, does he have to make a strength check to not break it, or to lift it? Because one could argue that this is a door.
He needs to make an athletics check to lift it. This thing is 4 tons.
Okay, wow.
Again,
For those
one
of
could
you who
argue it is
aren't
a door.
Americans, I don't know the kilometers, or not kilometers, kilograms to that, so... For those of
Just
you
know
that
it
can
is
do the
heavy.
conversion, 4 tons is a lot of, is like, 8,000 pounds?
Yeah. So that is a 31.
Do.
Duzon strong.
Duzon is strong.
Very.
However, he is still moving 8,000 pounds. So it does take effort.
I'd
I
be
mean,
happy if I got that thing to move an inch.
If he can SpongeBob through a bank vault door, he can do anything.
He
that
can
relies on
no,
strength.
he can do this. I'm just saying, what usually wouldn't take a lot of effort takes effort.
Fair enough.
So as you open up this very fancy sarcophagus,
If he struggles, just treat it like a door.
Oh
A-
God, no, not a door. No.
you see in a cross-armed pose with a spear in one hand and the other hand clutching the robes that this thing is wearing, a pharaoh wrapped from foot to head in bandages, wearing armor. The eyes shoot open, an empty black, and it groans.
Oh no.
What do you want, Garland? You're not Garland. Who are you and why are you in my tomb? He's going to try and step out of the sarcophagus, Duzon.
I'm gonna give him some room to do so.
Okay?
I'm just gonna take a nice step back here and be like, you know what? Step out. It's all right.
We're
It's
gonna
okay.
take a gentle step back.
Yep. It's okay. You got it. You got it, pal.
Everyone
And-
back away respectfully.
Out of the sarcophagus steps the mummy pharaoh.
Okay, so do I tell him do I tell him who I am immediately? This is an undead thing after all.
I mean, you're a paladin. I think most undeads could probably smell a paladin from a mile away.
That is very true.
Or at least higher undeads with brain cells.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the dumb one. Not the not the
Yes.
dumb tokens.
This-
They
there's
don't know
this
what
is
anything
funny.
smells like.
Yeah, there's at least 2 brain cells in this
Yeah.
one.
Oh my gosh.
There's at least 2. which is a lot for these people.
These people, it's crazy.
That's
These people is a
insane.
statement.
Getting canceled already just for that.
I'm undeadest.
You're undeadest.
Well, to be fair, he is a tree.
So now this
I am a-
this walking, talking mummy steps out of the sarcophagus. Who are all you people? And what are you doing in my tomb?
So, what do I say?
How do we put this gently?
How do I ask him about if he could? I want to ask. See, like, I
I
don't
want
know.
to answer his question before we ask any, just to set the tone.
Do we tell him who we are?
I don't see why we shouldn't be transparent here.
Okay.
Because we're not grave robbers. We're not trying to do anything harmful to his tomb.
Because we're
Well-
simply investigating reanimated corpses, right?
Well,
Oh.
also finding like the prophet of Dothod. I think
And
I
there
think
was also
that
the whole
intention is
revelation
more.
from the rock goddess saying that someone was disturbing the natural order.
Right, by reanimating corpses.
Yeah. So, in so many words, I would omit certain things from that and just go with
Right.
the
Here, I got it. All right.
quick
So,
notes version.
dope. The Duzon goes.
I come in the name of peace. So far. Only a few do as well.
The mummy's head clicks to the side, and then clicks to the other side. You seek peace. Then why invade my tomb?
We are investigators.
Do investigators kill guards? I sense that mine have stopped being movable. He says as he looks around
We
to all of you.
And he goes.
For memory's sake, we were actually attacked first outside. I think.
Are you saying that in character?
No.
Do we?
No, I said for memory's sake.
Yes, you were attacked first, technically.
If you can aid us, we would have. I have a quest, and if there's nothing you can do to help, my compatriot and I will gladly lay you to rest once more. Hello?
I'm trying to think of how this thing's gonna respond.
Peter, please. I already almost died.
And so far, we're not outright lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not giving. I feel like I'm not giving too much. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
you're giving
I
away
mean,
everything.
I feel like the offer of if you can't help us, we could just lay you to rest. Is
Which
I would
good
like
enough.
that.
Which I don't like that.
I don't like what I'm seeing.
we can lay you to rest to an undead is kinda
I feel like
depending
he
on
didn't
how
want to
you
be
tone
awakened. He didn't
depending
want
on
to be
depending on how you tone it, you might be implying eternal rest
He-
to an
but
undead.
This dude's like, why did you invade my tomb? So I'm thinking, oh, all he wants to do is be put to rest.
Make a persuasion check, Duzon. Make a diplomacy. I want to see how well you can persuade
We're not here to kill.
Oh, please. Please roll well, Duzon.
I am I'm praying.
For what it's worth, if Rari's stealth and me and Little Flame don't have any kineticist shit going on, then so far no one's bearing arms.
I'm not bearing arms.
No, that landed on a slant in between the silverware. Alright.
With all
Between the
my
silverware.
encounters thus far with the undead,
Okay.
I am not trying
With
to
all your
kill
encounters
them,
thus
so,
far.
you know.
Alright, this looks decent. This looks decent. Alright, I have 17 on the die plus 10 diplomacy. That's 27.
The mummy squints at you.
As much as a mummy can.
With hollow eyes and shriveled eyelids.
As much as a mummy can squint.
It just peers into you.
Oh, God.
Ugh, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It walks up to you, Duzon, and just stares at you.
I don't like that.
You request the aid without even introducing yourself. How rude!
He's going to push past you. At least he's going to attempt to push past you.
What do you mean push Pat? Like just make his way out of the hallway?
Yeah, you are currently blocking the door. He's going to push past you to leave.
Can I see out of character? Okay, so I'm in a predicament. Should I let him leave? Because part of me is thinking just get out of his way and let him leave, but another part of me is thinking what's gonna happen if I let him leave?
Well, if Duzon recalls, the left room has dead mummies, the middle room has a bunch of smashed skulls, the bottom room has a bunch of smashed skulls, and outside has also 2 dead mummies. There are resettled corpses every other direction this guy looks.
I mean, he's perusing his pyramid, his tomb rather.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are those culty
like-
things still there?
All the occulting things are still there, except for the book that you took.
So okay. So if I'm assuming that means they were intruders. I'm hoping. Does that sound like a reasonable hypothesis? Like
I mean,
maybe I let him leave, and he walks out and he sees that holy shit, cultists have been in my tomb, and then I can go on and explain like we found this. Something
For
like
all
that.
we know, though, it was ritual implements.
The one,
Which is what we do know. We know it's ritual implements, but we don't know exactly what the ritual is precisely for.
the one thing too that I would probably want, as maybe we let the pharaoh go out, but we like follow him, and we introduce ourselves so that the mummy actually knows who we are.
Okay. All right.
But-
Okay. I'll
Like
follow
those are
him
just
with an
ideas.
escort. I say following him with an escort is a good idea.
My only
what'll-
holdup is if the mummies were the one mummies were reporting back to the necromancer that we know about,
The prophet
Is
of
this-
Duzon?
the fake prophet. Yes. Is there any kind of magic or psychic link between the pharaoh and the prophet?
I don't think there'd be a way of verifying that without higher level magics.
Yeah.
Alright,
The most I
Duzon,
can
I'm
do
gonna
is-
call it here. The
The most I
Pharaoh,
can do is detect.
Duzon.
I'm gonna step out of the way.
You step out of the light. Okay, good. I don't have to roll.
I'm gonna let him leave and follow behind him once he exits.
He sees the ritual table and walks up to it, holding
Yeah.
his hand out and just dragging his fingers along the table.
I'm gonna go like here and say,
Forgive me for my lack of introduction. I am Duzon, Leshy of Borealis.
He glances back at you.
My name is Rementhotep,
And at least one of you commoners knows some coup d'etat.
Knows some coup d'etat.
He's basically saying at least one of you knows your courtesy.
Oh.
I was about to say, because isn't a coup d'etat literally a coup?
No, a coup de... I think... No, a coup is a coup.
Or no, yeah, coup is coup. No, coup d'etat is a
grace.
A coup de grace is a kill.
Me is mishearing things. Don't
Coup
worry.
d'etat is etiquette.
Coup d'etat is etiquette. Coup de grace is a kill.
It all sounds similar to me, and my brain was square.
You're saying coup d'etat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the overthrowing of a government.
Is it?
Wait, what?
Okay, I wasn't wrong completely.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
We're having a French lesson in our Pathfinder right now.
Basically,
I guess what's
what
my
I
friend
meant
said,
to
you know.
say as the mummy is at least one of you commoners has the graces to show respect to a lord.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, coup d'etat or simply a coup is typically an illegal and overt attempt at a military organization or other government elites unseat an incumbent leadership.
Hey, that's what's happening in America right now, but we're not talking about that.
I feel. All right. So yeah, he.
Yeah.
So Duzon continues and he says,
I am on a quest to fulfill a bargain.
"From what's the goddess of rots? Did we learn her name?"
No.
No. Well, you'd probably have some semblance of an idea considering sibling to your god, but...
Would I know her name?
Do you want to roll for religion for it in the middle of a conversation?
No, I do not. No, I do not. So I'm just gonna go.
I'm fulfilling a bargain for the goddess of rot. Do you know of her?
He looks at his skin. I believe so, yes. He looks back to the ritual table and then just mutters something to himself before taking his hand off of the ritual table and placing it back on his spear, which he is effectively using as a walking staff.
My compatriots and I were informed by her of corpses being wrongfully risen from their graves.
Yes, I know who's doing that. He rose up me and asked me to give him permission to use my servants as his guards.
That didn't please you, I suppose.
I gave him that permission, but then he wrenched their control from me completely.
Oh.
Now, I have a
Sounds like a necromancer.
I have a question for you then. Did he claim to be a prophet of Dothan?
No, he claimed to be a scholar. His name was Gyrand Thopter. And he's going to be the one that's raising these my guards as his servants. They do not belong to him. They belong to me.
My compatriots and I could use your help in stopping him.
No.
And me.
A pharaoh does not stoop to the level of commoners.
Then at least let me ask you questions. And once I'm done, I may leave you.
Fine.
If I...
Now, out of character, time to think of some questions.
Meanwhile, the pharaoh is going to walk around the room and dust off all these pieces of armor stands that are in the corner.
Alright, I'm gonna just ask them as I go.
Were you aware of the people who came in and put those occult objects on your table?
Yes.
Did your guards attempt to do anything to stop them?
They were not yet awakened. I was awakened first, so that Gyron may ask for my permission in using my servants temporarily. But then, once they were awakened, he stole the control right from under my grasp.
I see. Did he tell you what he had planned next? Where he was going?
Let's find out if this dude remembers, because that wasn't very long ago in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, he remembers. That's good enough. He said he needed that my army and my servants would allow him to conquer the region in my name. And I figured, sure, why not? I could use a general. But then he stole my servants right from under me.
How many of them were there? Your servants?
He... I'm gonna say 16.
Okay.
16 actual guards, and then you can just take any old corpse and make a lesser mummy, or a lesser zombie.
That's true, so that's probably a bunch of corpses.
But as far as guard, especially like moderate mummy guards specifically, I'm gonna say 16.
As far as actually trained mummies.
Yeah, trained mummies that know how to actually fight and can take a hit.
Would you know where he'd be now?
That's a good question.
Well, if he knows the control was taken away from him, would he still be able to sense the guards?
He has a sense of all undead within 100 feet of himself.
Ooh.
So
You see
guess in
his
a way-
eyes glow for a minute as he looks around. Yes.
Could you tell me where he is?
Follow me.
Very well.
I look to the others.
Who are all kind of in the other room and just like listening, probably by the door and not actively.
I look to the you all and I'm like,
Come on.
As you're walking, the Pharaoh will turn to you, Duzon. So are these your servants?
They're my compatriots. I serve them just as much as they serve me.
Oh, that's such a commoner answer. He's going to walk you guys to the edge of the crypt, just outside the entrance, and he sees the two dead mummies outside.
Well, he already knew about those.
He already knew about those, but he holds his hand out, and he's gonna try and revive them.
ooh.
Nope. That is an unfortunate roll.
I think he spent too much time napping.
Out of
Yeah,
character, so-
unfortunately, due to how mummies work, these bodies have turned to sand.
Out of character. This is working. I hope we're not having to fight. So let's hope this keeps up.
Okay, so while we're on our way, I'm gonna
Can't
ask.
drag Little Flame with us, so you're gonna have to do that.
I'm gonna ask him and say,
if we find him, should we fight him, or is he too strong for commoners like us?
He himself is a commoner. That's why he came to me for asked to my army. My power, my knowledge, all of which he stole. If you can retrieve the artifacts he stole and return them to me, I shall grant you a great reward.
What is the artifact?
A book of talisman crafting, as well as the materials and talismans themselves. I watched him do the rituals right here on this ritual table.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't just outright destroy the talismans, because fetch quest time.
And if we do this, if we bring you back these artifacts, can you promise that we will remain unharmed? Be as peaceful and diplomatic as we are right now.
You will have a reward, but I will make no such promise.
It is to be expected of King to build as he promised.
Very well. You have my word that once we come back and bring you the artifact.
And talismans.
And talismans. My compatriots and I will leave you unharmed and promptly go our separate ways, if that is what you wish.
I also would think His Majesty would want his servants back in his possession, if at all possible.
I can revive them myself. Kill them if you must.
Very well.
Make no mistake, I doubt a necromancer who stole control is just going to go peacefully.
Relinquish. Right. Not to mention, the one who had stolen your servants is a fraud.
Well, we already knew that.
Right.
Everyone here already knew that.
Yeah. Does the mummy know that?
Yes.
The
The mummy has actually called him a fraud for stealing power that wasn't his.
Yeah, no, well, right. That part, but like,
The mummy is just staring
doing
deadpan
far
at you,
worse.
Rari.
Right.
I apologize for him. He's not the most well-read.
God,
That
he's
may be
poor. Not worse than a commoner, even.
My bad. I unplugged my headphones.
All
There you
good. Basically, what the mummy said is, "Oh God, it's a poor, even worse than a commoner."
Oh god, the classism.
It's a pharaoh. What
So-
were you expecting?
Well, yeah. So, Rari's the poor, Duzon's the commoner. If I'm the most well-read, does that put me above Duzon?
You haven't interacted with the pharaoh yet, so.
No, I have not.
You wouldn't know. Duzon's gonna look to the mummy and go,
To show or tell us where to go. Where to find him.
He
we
walks
already know
you
where
guys
all the
to. What was that?
Duzon, we already know where he set up the ritual talismans. We encountered them in the town.
The mummy takes you guys to the entrance of the crypt. He picks up the sand that once was the two mummy guards. Mutters something into it.
So we've been able to stop the
Most likely some kind of incantation.
Evil chanting, evil chanting, evil chanting.
Chanting.
is he chanting the same thing?
No.
Sio de los Cara.
Basically in Necril, which none of you speak.
Nope.
He just goes,
None of us speak Necrol, and I can intrinsically spot magic, so close enough.
The sand turns into a shade. A speaks to the shade.
Assist them in reclaiming what is mine.
You guys now have a shade companion.
Oh,
Look at my diplomatic
a
ass go.
moment. I'm thinking, oh no, the shade is gonna cook us alive. Oh, well, that's good.
All right.
Excuse me.
All right.
This
We'll
thing
get
is
going.
a shadow, so
Ooh.
We will bring back your artifacts. You have my word.
the shade is going to actually the shade is going to shift themselves into your shadow, Duzon.
This is making him uncomfortable, but he is keeping his composure.
You feel a massive chill run up and down your entire root system. You then see a shadowy, almost pale moonlight looking hand that's semi-spectral but also physical at the same time point in a direction.
Is it like emerging from the ground?
No, it is your shadow that is a it's almost like a arm just appears out of your shadow next to your
Okay.
arm and just points.
Okay.
Right. Follow the Shade's guidance, as well as yours.
He looks to Cyris, and he goes, and then he looks to the Pharaoh, and he goes,
We will make haste. I thank you for your time and your mercy.
Alright, with that we are going to do a scene change.
Scene change.
Cue the stage crew music and the ambiance.
Alright, so following the Shade's guidance, it leads you back to the town of... what was the fuck of the name of the town? Oh, I forgot to change your
gosh, I
guys'
don't
scene,
remember.
didn't I?
Yeah.
There, you can go back to the world map for now.
Oh, what was that town called?
Hold on, I'm looking at my notes. Maps. I'm the map, I'm the map, I am the map. Bless you.
Thanks.
You guys... oh, it leads you back to Tottara. There we go. Thank you, brain. Following the Shade's guidance, it leads you back to the edge of Tottara. But it doesn't take you to Tottara. It takes you past Tottara.
Huh.
It takes you I'm trying to get this as specific as possible with the world map. takes you roughly here.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed a little bit. I had to run and do something.
Oh, good. What you missed
So
is...
I missed
right
until
there.
after the shade got summoned.
Yeah, basically
The
what
shade.
you missed is that following the Shade's guidance, it takes you past the town that you came from, Tottara, and
Oh.
it takes you to this section of the desert that has seemingly been glassed. Glassed. The sand has been glassed.
Well,
That's
that's
extremely
unusual.
high heat. I mean, lightning. Ugh, yikes! I don't know.
If the whole section was glass, that's
No,
different
it's just a
story.
small part of the desert.
Okay.
Is a small, maybe less than a mile in diameter.
Definitely bigger than just a lightning strike, though.
Definitely bigger than just a lightning strike. It's like a good, I'm gonna say, like
a meteor strike.
I'm gonna say like it's not even like a crater in the ground. It's just a flat plane of glass.
Oh,
So here, let me set the scene for you. As the shade points you in this direction, you're walking through sand. It takes a good long while because you're just trudging through difficult terrain. When suddenly you step onto solid crimson glass.
Crimson class.
crimson glass.
Okay, we're getting more unnatural. Cool.
Is a crimsony, onyxy shifting type of... is shifting between a crimson color and an onyx color.
Oh my.
How natural is this versus magical?
Duzon.
Uh-oh.
You
Yes.
feel terrible.
Of course, yeah.
So very unnatural is what I'm hearing. Duzon visibly sickens the moment he touches the glass.
Duzon, are you okay?
This is like a big wave of what is it, undead?
This is unconcentrated ground. Not just unconsecrated, this is sacrilege ground.
Oh, so not only is it defiled, it is also cursed and double cursed.
This ground that you are
Desecrated
walking
land.
on physically sickens you. For as long as you remain on it, you are sickened.
Hold on. Where's my feet?
Oh, yikes!
Let me see. Would this count as a disease?
No, there is no safe word. You are just sickened one.
Yeah, you're on unholy ground, and it is like anathema to you.
This thing is literally an anathema to you. This is
You know
as unnatural as it gets.
You know what? This makes sense, so I accept that it overrides my feats, whatever it may be, if I have it or if I know. I don't.
Now, if
This
I
makes
gave
sense.
if I gave Duzon like 2 slats of wood and like tied it to his feet with vines, would that circumvent it enough, or would it just make no?
I'm gonna go with no.
I
Okay.
doubt it. Also, that's what my body's made of, so...
Well, yeah, but I mean it is wood. It is wood plane item, so
Yeah, but
more energized and vital than normal wood.
I don't
talking-
think it
I'm
would
talking about
serve
this
as a
as-
buffer.
I'm also talking about this from a moral standpoint.
Alright, Duzon,
True.
so you are sickened one. You take a status penalty to all of your checks and DCs of a -1.
Okay.
And you cannot willingly ingest anything.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
he doesn't eat already, so
That includes
yeah.
potions.
Yeah, but that's healing
Oh,
potions as
yeah.
well.
So yeah, so Duzon's
that
trying his
also
best
means
to move.
oh, and I can't give you fresh produce either because you have to eat that.
He's trying to walk forward, and he's like,
This ground, it's been defiled and Sacrilege.
In the middle of this defiled ground, you see a large ritual circle carved into the sacrilege glass. And in the middle of the ritual circle is a person-sized box. Almost like a casket.
How wide across is the circle?
How wide across? I'm gonna say it is a
Yeah.
250 feet diameter.
Which is to say, it took him a hot minute.
Yeah, to carve that much.
After defiling the grounds, or in the process of, that probably took him a hot.
Remember, he had servants to help him.
Yeah, but even with
Yeah.
servants, that's still 200 feet a circle.
Well,
Because he's gonna have to go over and check it himself.
That's true.
Yeah,
Just because they can draw a circle doesn't mean they can draw a magic circle correctly. There is a
also
difference.
true.
So, what do you guys do?
Speaking as someone who's an expert in Arcana,
So, okay, there's a box in the center of the corrupt grounds.
There is a box in the center of the ritual circle that is carved into
Right.
the corrupted ground.
Into the corrupt grounds. Okay. So,
what kind of ritual circle is this?
You don't know.
Duzon, I know you're not well, but do you think there could be a chance, even if it's just the smallest chance, that maybe this corrupted ground is imprisoning the true prophet? Do you think he would do something like this?
I'd say it's more likely he created the ground.
I don't know.
I mean,
Either way, we were sent here to find the artifacts and the talisman.
And to stop the continuous raising of undead.
Yes, that.
You're not taking physical damage, by the way, Duzon. You're just absolutely
acting-
revolted.
I'm just actually weak. Yeah, he's sickened, so he's weakened.
Ready to vomit on the slay's provocation.
Blech.
just barf
Or-
sap.
Yeah, or as close to it as he can get.
We need to fuck.
We need to fuck Duzon.
No.
I don't thank you.
No, that's not what I.
You know what? Let's I think what you meant to say is let's go. Right? Nod, don't speak. I don't want to know whatever that is.
Do we go
Oh.
or do we open the box?
Well,
I can tell you
first
the
we
good
gotta
news
get
is that
there.
we can't really interrupt the circle without filling it in, which is also the bad news.
You could also destroy the thing the circle's carved on.
And that too, but who knows the consequences for either of those actions.
I mean, surely we could suss this out too, and like maybe like one of us who is more arcane inclined can like see if there are potential ramifications for destroying
but
the
I don't even.
ground.
I would like to, but I can barely identify the circle to begin with off a glance.
Right, but that means we'd have to get closer, would it not?
It's a 200-foot circle. We don't need to get too close.
Close enough to observe it.
Rari, here, I'll spell it out for you. It's less of a matter of close enough to observe it, and more of a fact that he would need a bird's eye view.
Oh.
Yeah, I would need to get physically in the air to see all 200 feet to even
Yeah.
hedge out. And then I would also need like a bird's vision to be able to even hedge out all the carvings without taking extensive time to walk around the circle and do it myself.
Right. Okay, so you basically you need something that could propel you upwards, or something that could fly. Wait a minute.
Well, I would need actual flight.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Rari.
That gives me an idea.
The most I can do is
Yeah.
I have a feather fall from the aerial cloak, but that's I would still need to be way too high in the air.
So wait a minute. Hold up. I think there's something that I have, and I just gotta double check it to make sure. But I think there's something I can use to maybe get that bird eye view.
Do tell.
And there is. So I'm
item
going
is that?
to wield Sky Sunder and use the major gift propelling winds. So once per hour, the relic casts fly on me. So I could theoretically use that, right? And then, would I be? I don't know. Is Rari technically strong enough to pick up?
No,
no.
You'd be strong enough to carry my wisp, and it's a familiar, so I think I can share senses.
Maybe.
Unless
I don't
that's
know.
unless that's a familiar feat that I definitely don't have. Because I know familiars work differently.
Because like, if I could hold his familiar and he is able to perceive it.
No, I
see
believe
through
that
it.
is. I believe that is a feat that you need to take.
Rat. Oh man, that was. I hope you may have accidentally picked it. I so hope you did.
No, my familiar comes preset with abilities. Because it's from the kineticist feat, so it comes preset. It's not like a wizard one where you can customize it. Mine's preset with the elemental trait, obviously. A movement ability in relation to its element, and then speech. Which is to say, he can communicate in common.
And Rory doesn't know enough about the arcane to get a real good sense of it.
Unless you can write it all down on some paper.
That he can do.
You'd have to do so accurately.
Well, I believe I have a feat for that. I'm gonna double check.
Yeah, share senses is a master ability. Every 10 minutes, concentrate to share senses familiars. Yeah, I don't have that.
Oh no, that's concealing Ledgerman. No, that's not it. No.
So you'd either have to be physically strong enough to carry Cyris, which probably is not happening.
With a strength modifier of 0, I don't think I can.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yikes. There is something that I like. Even though Rory doesn't have really good knowledge on Arcana, would like drawing a sketch be something? What skill would that be?
To copy the writing.
Yeah, to like scribe up like the image.
That's a good question. To describe an image, I would say is sleight of hand.
Okay.
Because it also depends on how long
so-
fly lasts.
so,
Because if fly
sleight-
lasts long enough, then you could just take your time.
So sleight of hand would technically be the thievery skill, yes?
No, yes, it would be.
Oh, I am an expert in that. But On that note, hold one thought. I need to go to the restroom real fast.
How long does fly last normally?
A minute, I think.
Uh, 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Duration is 5 minutes for default fly. And if it's heightened to 7th, then it's... Yeah, it says heightened 7th, the duration's an hour.
I will also be right back.
Fair enough.
Let's see. And if I wanted my familiar, like, relay information, it would take my familiar far, far too long.
Oh god. Oh,
He is a small little child. He does not have. He is not an air elemental, so therefore he does not fly fast. He levitates.
Alright, I'm back. So,
Not one AFK.
yeah. Oh, Don went AFK?
Yep, he went to
Okay. Yeah. I think something that I ate wasn't sitting well.
Mm.
But I am fine now.
That's good.
It was really uncomfortable, man. Like, my stomach was a little bit off, you know?
Fair.
But, yeah. So what Rari plans to do is fly up and trace out this sketch.
Before you do that, Rari,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need everyone to make perception checks.
Oh
Gotcha.
my. Okay. And I get a -1. Oh no.
That's good. Perception.
Oh
I get
my.
a plus 15 to perception, which is
I have a
really
plus
nice.
12.
So that's a 30.
I also got a 30.
Two
I
30s.
have a 31.
Two 30s and a 31. What the fuck are you all rolling?
I rolled a
I got a
19.
15 on the die. Plus
I-
15 from master and perception.
I
I got a
rolled
19
a.
on the die, and I'm plus 12.
So I rolled a 19 on the die. -1, that's 18. Plus 12 is my perception. That's 30.
Little Flame rolled a 4.
Oh no!
So he doesn't.
My
He
my
doesn't-
wisp auto fails because he's in the pouch.
Little Flame doesn't hear or see shit. The
Except the
shade
sand
that is
and
currently
the
inside of
glass on the
Duzon's
ground.
shadow.
Uh,
The shade that is currently inside of Duzon's shadow also gets a... what is it? 26. Alright, so everyone except Little Flame.
Oh my god, my wisp also got a 19 on the dice.
Well, it's in the
What it can
pouch. It
hear.
auto fails.
Well, for sight, but it can still hear.
It can still hear.
My wisp got, I think, also a 30.
The wisp hears something. That's
No wisp.
terrifying.
So everyone except Little Flame hears this.
Yeah, the wisp got for his hearing. He's a plus 11.
Damn. Anyway,
Well, he is a familiar, so his perception, stealth, and acrobatics are all buffed up.
nice. Anyway,
Okay, so
coming from this weird box in the middle of the ritual circle
Oh, amazing.
is almost like a muffled whisper. You can barely hear it, but it's there. Something is inside of that, but you have no idea what the fuck it is.
someone's in there. I don't know what or who. I'm hoping it's
Wait, I just realized something.
Go on.
I think my wisp is technically strong enough to carry me.
No.
I think it's technically strong enough.
Your wisp is small. You are medium. No.
He has a +3.
Your wisp is a small creature.
True.
It cannot carry you. It is small. You are
It might
medium.
be able to carry something proportionate to itself that's heavy in relation, but not.
It can carry small or smaller creatures. That's the
Does
most.
that mean it can carry? Does that mean it can carry Rari?
Can the wisp fly or can the wisp levitate?
Yes. The wisp can fly. They have fly speeds.
Or is it just a levitate speed?
It has Metal Wisp has both, I believe. Metal Wisp has 25, Water Wisp has 25, Wood Wisp has 20. All flies. Somehow the Wood Wisp is far better at climbing than it is flying, though.
Wait, I am size class small. Oh goodness. Could it be?
The Wood Wisp has a +3 to strength. And a +7 to athletics.
Wait, that is so weird.
Wisp OP.
Oh, I
That
lied.
might
Wisps are tiny, so even if it does have big thing, it's
Oh.
it's
Even if it
two
does have
sizes
good
smaller,
muscles.
so it's literally impossible.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind. I was about to say.
Yeah, if a creature is two sizes smaller than another creature, it cannot grab them at all.
Rari's only one size category different.
No, he's two. He is two.
No, I'm two.
It's tiny then small.
Oh.
I thought Rari was small.
Rari is small. Hold on.
That's one difference. I'm too big.
Hold on. Let me look, cause I'm getting confused.
Now I need to look at the size.
Me too.
trying to finesse this wisp.
I understand, honestly, but
Let's see.
yeah, I'm a size small. That much I knew.
Realistically, he probably is not going to be able to lift Rari and all of Rari's stuff.
That is true when you factor in my bulk.
Yeah, when you factor in all the stuff that you're holding and wearing, there's no way he's going to be able to carry that. Now, if you're buck naked, that's a little bit of a different story, because then that's just you. It could be a different story. But I don't think we have the time nor luxury of spending all that time.
True.
So I'm going to assume the short answer is definitely not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. This thing can't carry Rari.
Rari would most likely need to be buck naked.
I'm tall enough.
Well, in comparison to a familiar.
I could get on maybe one kitty ride.
So what do you guys do?
Um,
You still hear the whispering from this thing in the middle of the circle.
how? So Rari is just going to ask Cyris, how good are you at reading magic circles? If I could
I'm trained in
draw it, would you be able to discern what it is?
most likely depend on how good your copy job is.
Well, when you do what I do for a living, there's certain techniques you pick up. Let's just put it that way. But I'm going to need to get up into the sky, and I believe I know how to do that. Never really tried it before, but hey, what do we have to lose? So I'm going to use Sky Sunder and activate its ability to propel me into the air using the fly.
So you are using its propelling wind ability.
Yes.
Okay, you do so. You can now fly for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, it's for 5 minutes?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, it is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Base fly is
So-
5 minutes, and you get a fly speed of 20 for that time period.
So I get up into the air, and I am going to make a thievery check to transcribe what I see.
This is going to be a DC 45.
Jeez.
Well, it is also a 200-foot circle, and
That
you're
is
trying to make
true.
out, and you're also trying to make out minute details from that height.
Oh man, this is gonna be... So even in the best case scenario, if I get like a nat 20 plus my 15 in stealth, I mean not stealth, 15 in thievery, that would bring me to probably a failure. Yikes.
So even your best result is like a 35, which is 10 under the the DC.
Which would...
Rari, keep
I
in mind, Rari is completely untrained in Arcana, so one wrong symbol or one wrong sigil, and this thing is something completely different. If you're having one of the dumbest members of the party try and inscribe something that one of the smartest members of the party doesn't understand.
Okay.
No offense, Rari.
Yeah, no.
No, the
I
side
understand.
problem here is that Rory's currently dealing with the ability to fly.
Right.
The second
And
option
Sky
is
Sunder doesn't
the second
allow me
option
to
is that
target.
my wisp attempts to copy it from the air.
And your wisp doesn't have hands.
No, he has tendrils.
He still doesn't have hands.
Right. It's not dexterous enough.
Not really, no.
Hands. Oh, this is terrible.
The most he'd be able to do is verbally relay it.
So,
You could still
now
attempt to
that-
roll it, Rari.
Yeah, I'm thinking now, because like that.
Now, if he was an air wisp, it'd be a different story because air wisps
Yeah.
have a +3 to dexterity. They're actually they're quite good.
Yeah, provided they have opposable fingers to write down stuff. But okay, so worst case scenario, I completely get it wrong. Best case scenario, I get it kinda right. Ugh. Or I could fly and get closer to the box and try and discern what they're trying to say. But I only have 5 minutes, and I need to make sure I safely descend.
It's been about a minute.
Okay, so
Precision.
right. So I am gonna actually, instead of trying to write it down, I am going to fly towards the box.
You fly to
and
the
I'm going
box.
As I run out or slowly start to run out of time, I'm going to descend in the forward direction and come to a graceful landing, however far that takes me, which is about it's 25 feet of flight speed. I don't know how long 5 minutes would take.
5
in terms
minutes
of that.
is 50 rounds of combat.
Okay.
So if you use all your strides in one go, that's 60 fly.
Okay. So roughly 60, if I understand this right.
You can fly 60 feet in 6 seconds, and you have 50 rounds of combat. So 60 times 50, Rob.
So that would be 300.
No. It would
No,
be
wait.
3,000.
3,000. My bad.
3,000 feet in 5 minutes of flying.
Wow.
Whether that is up, down, left, right, center, etc.
Right.
Because
So
10 times... Actually, no, it would be... Would it be 300? No, it would be 3,000, right? Am I stupid?
hold up. Oh no, you're right. It's 3,000. My brain wasn't comprehending for a moment.
Yeah, 3,000.
Yeah, it is 3,000. Okay.
Yeah, it's 3,000.
So yeah, you can very easily make it to the box.
Okay, then that's perfect.
So, I'm going to describe this.
Gotcha.
As you get closer to the box is made up of a very smooth obsidian. This is almost flawlessly carved. Almost.
Rari being around jewelry would definitely know that.
The only parts of it that are even the slightest bit flawed is the seam around the top, which seems to have been magically fused to itself. As you get closer and closer, the whispering gets louder and louder, to the point where it almost just sounds like talking. It sounds like there are 4 people surrounding you, all talking at the same time. It's saying all sorts of things from, open the box, see what's inside, open the box.
And at this point, I am way too far from the party to get any type of input.
Unless they were moving closer with you, which none of them said they were.
Oh, dang. Well. So Rari will...
There'd only be so much I could infer about it from the limited view I have.
You would see Rari fly down to the box. That's all you would be able to see.
Would you, like, if I were to gesture for them to come forward, they would not be able to perceive that pretty well, I wouldn't imagine.
No, you're only like 100 or so feet away. They could see you just fine.
Oh, okay. So Rari's gonna motion the group over. He's gonna, like, gesture.
I'll try. Do I follow him? I'm gonna go ahead and follow him and go towards Rari.
Duzon, I need you to make a Constitution save with a -5.
Oh!
Okay.
I had a feeling the circle did something.
And that's also another -1, so that's -6.
Did I say Constitution? I meant Fortitude. Sorry.
Okay.
It's alright.
14 minus 6, that's 8. So that's just a +8. Okay. That's a dirty 20.
As you get closer, you reach the box, your second level goes up to 3.
Oh!
I don't think I should do this. I don't think I should do this.
So, once everyone gets over, Rari's gonna try and, like, listen to the combating voices.
They're not
I can try and
combating.
get over.
They're not
Oh,
combating.
no,
They are all
they're not
saying the
combating.
same thing.
Oh, they're all in unison.
They are
saying the
in
same
unison.
thing.
They are in unison going, open the box, see what's inside, open the box.
The box is telling me to
Box in
open it.
question.
The box in question.
Cyris, in your experience, would you say that opening a box in the middle of a giant spell circle would
On corrupted grounds, and it's whispering into your head, be a good idea.
it
I
could?
think a common sense answer.
Oh, now that you guys are closer to the box as well, you guys can hear it too.
It's telling us to open it. What if it's the prophet of Dothod?
The false or the real?
The real, trapped inside.
Somehow, seems a little bit of too many measures for one prophet.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be the greatest affront to a holy figure to be trapped in corrupted grounds? Duzon, you look worse for worse. But isn't that not true?
Repeat that again, I'm sorry.
Like, wouldn't the most infamous of all insults being trapped in corrupted ground, unable to do anything but watch? Wouldn't that be a terrible fate? To be trapped in a prison
Yes.
and just see the very things around you just become corrupt.
I agree.
So if
But I'm too weak to think of an alternative.
seeing that there might not be a way out of this, Rari is going to...
Before he opens the box, I'm just gonna bring up a kinetic aura just beforehand
Rari's going to
and hold the blast.
shift into a language unfamiliar and ask a question. And that question comes in the form of the coin.
You ask
So
the
I'm
coin
going
a
to pull up
question.
my coin and ask it, is the true prophet of Dothod in this box?
You flip the coin.
Mm-hmm.
You flip the coin, and instead of falling like it usually does, like a normal coin, it sits in the air, spinning constantly. The coin cannot tell.
Rari snatches the coin out of the air.
Make
Great.
make a little acrobatics check for me, pal.
Oh, how fast is it spinning? I should have asked that first. Oh, this is gonna hurt Rari. I feel it.
For the record, some materials are quite skilled at blocking magic, lead in particular.
Oh, ow. Where did my D20 go? There it is.
Where'd my D20 go might actually be the correct response to this coin.
31.
You manage to quickly just snap the coin out of the air before it can build enough momentum in your hand to flip you over.
Oh,
Or
not me getting
bullet.
suplexed into something.
Into the box by the coin.
Into the
Oh,
box
that would
by
be
the coin,
terrible.
yes.
That would be the worst
that is
twist of fate.
That is a crazy outcome that could have happened.
But yeah,
That would-
Rory gets
luckily,
suplexed by a coin into a cursed box.
you're able to just snatch the coin out of the air and it stops flipping. It shows no text. It has a unknown face, and it has just nothing on the tail side.
Well, there goes that idea. Well, I guess there's no other way but to open it. Ready yourselves.
How are you gonna
I
open it?
suppose. Well, first I'm going to, I'm assuming the voices are so very present, it's almost like a conversation. So I might ask it, how do I free you?
The voices do not change.
They do not change. They just continue chanting.
They're not even chanting. It's more so just saying the same thing over and over again.
They just keep repeating it.
Yep.
Oh,
Open the
dear.
box, let me out. Open the box, set me free. Open the box.
And there are 4 voices.
4 distinct voices all saying the same thing at the same time.
Oh gosh. It's obsidian. It's made almost completely flawless.
And the
At the
lid
seams.
is fused to the rest of the box.
And the lid is fused to the rest of the box.
By a magical means, you assume.
The box itself, Cyris. What can you make of its design? I know, at least from my experience around gemstones and precious things like that, this is a very, very flawless design, except for these imperfections here. I think it might be magical. What do you think?
Don, do I even need to detect magic to feel the magic coming out of the area?
No, but for what Rari is asking specifically, you can see that some kind of thaumaturgy was used to physically fuse the lid and the box itself together. Some kind of thaumaturgy or some kind of conjuration, maybe. Hell, you could have
Mutation?
transmutation, thank you.
But, disregarding that, this place is literally brimming with magic.
Yes.
And not the good kind.
Typically, no.
The simple explanation: it could have been created magically, and this whole area, gesture lightly to the whole corrupted grounds, magic circle, the box itself. Frankly, I'm surprised your ignorance to magic is so strong that you can't feel it at all.
Well, at least I have the hunch, but
You also have the voices from the box telling you to open it, along with the rest of
telling
us.
us to open it. Well, do we open it and possibly unleash unspeakable horrors? Or do we open the box and out comes the true prophet of Dothod?
My hunch is that we're fighting whatever's in there regardless.
Well, if it's the true prophet of Dothod, a simple conversation might be our best way out.
If he's not been driven completely mad by whatever he could be experiencing in there.
And there's no way to ask the people inside anything else outside of whether or not we can open this thing. So you're saying some magics, particularly what again?
Could have been conjured, could have been transmuted, I don't know.
Is there a way to lift such magics?
Normally, once something has been conjured, the only way to unconjure it is to banish it if it's not from this plane. And if it's transmuted, what's done is done.
Right. So in other words, if it was...
Transmutation is the art of change, conjuration is the art of summoning.
So if it's transmuted, then it's sealed shut forever, essentially.
Well, I said it could have been shaped with transmutation.
Everything in
I
my...
can't exactly give you specifics.
If... And Duzon is... I don't even know what Duzon is looking like, but I
Viciously
can't
ill.
imagine it's good. We could try and mess up the circle. That's another option. That might free the box. But being
How long
that I
would you
don't
be
know,
willing? How long would we be willing to wait for me to walk around the edge of the circle and try to identify the ritual in question?
Little
don't have
Flame
much
kind of
time.
speaks up to you, Cyris.
Yep.
They kind of just they say like, Duzon has a hammer. This is glass. He kind of takes a flame on his finger and starts to melt the glass. It's not really known for durability.
no. Duzon.
Rari, make a will save. You can't understand
Yeah.
Little Flame.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. No, what I was trying to talk about.
Dep. I don't want to hear it. Make that
fine.
will save.
I don't hear it.
Dang it. Always.
Oh, no.
27.
Oh, no.
You heard he was speaking Pyric and you understood him. You don't know Pyric. How does that happen? Why does that happen? Do you want to think about this right now? You take...
Oh.
Dang it.
You take 18 points of psychic damage.
That is so much psychic damage.
Oh,
Figured.
my.
And that's only going to get worse the more he does something like that, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, Rari has an existential crisis over whatever. As I see him probably like foam at the mouth or something for a minute.
No, you see Rari freeze up and his eyes kind of just glass over for a second, and then he snaps out like, "What happened?"
As if he's looked into the abyss.
No, not even. His eyes are just glassed, and he freezes up for literally just a moment, and he's like, "I'm sorry. What was I saying something? I'm sorry."
Right. Smashing it's the easy solution, but it's a ritual circle. Rituals have consequences when you disrupt them through means like that. Or at least complicated ones.
And this seems very
the 200
complicated.
Yes. Well, did you say that or did Little Flame?
Little Flame said that.
Yes. 200 foot of ritual is complicated.
Let's see how impatient Little Flame is.
Oh, dang.
Uh-oh.
He kind of just squints at the glass beneath him with the flame in his finger just drawing a smiley face into the glass.
And I presume it's definitely doing something.
He's not drawing it into the circle itself, he's just drawing in the glass.
Into the obsidian itself. So he's like basically
into the glass
stepping
on the
into
ground.
into the ground itself.
Yes, into the ground.
The glass.
Okay.
Which
All
is
right.
so. Well, is he doing this inside the circle or outside the circle?
He's doing this
'Cause
inside the
if he-
circle. He is with the
Oh,
rest
boy.
of you.
Which basically means he's like one step away from disrupting it.
Honestly, seeing as
If
Little
it
Flame,
hasn't been disrupted.
do you guys want to try and stop him from doing this more? Because he's going to keep doing this, because this is entertaining him.
Yeah. Because who knows what kind of magic it's going to unleash.
It could
Hopefully
disrupt it.
does.
It could explode it. There's a lot of outcomes that
Yeah.
could happen.
We could all die in it.
Yes.
So I don't know what I could do to stop a fire.
A small fire elemental in a pumpkin.
Yeah, outside of, kind of hurting
Telling
them.
it to
And I don't
stop.
want to do that. Or, well, yeah. Little Flame.
Maybe we just open the coffin and fight whatever's in there and entertain him like that.
maybe we could open the box instead with your fire, instead of maybe unleashing the consequences of tampering with the spell circle.
Okay, so he only understood like 7 words because you were speaking in common. So he just kind of looks at you like trying to piece together.
Yeah, because he has broken common.
Like, you use multi-syllabic words and he just doesn't understand those yet.
You have to,
Oh no.
Rari, you have to speak to him like a child. Because he literally was born how long ago?
Less than
A
a
few
month.
weeks?
Like 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago. Literal child.
The
And he's already far more advanced than most human children.
sea box
Little
has
flame
present
nods.
inside. Has gift inside. Open.
Thumbs up. Goes over to the box. Knocks on it.
Someone's opening the box and a Cora and holding a blast.
No, he literally walks up to the box and just do.
Hello?
By the way, full disclosure, I am sorry if this kills us all.
He's
To be
gonna
fair,
try
breaking the circle could have
and
killed us all too.
he's gonna try, but keep in mind this is obsidian. Obsidian's a lava rock.
Obsidian is a lava rock. Well, actually, wouldn't that mean he has intrinsic knowledge about obsidian?
Who, Little Flame?
Yeah, because it's technically something that he could find on the fire plane.
That's a good question. What does Little Flame have a lore of?
I mean, to be fair, fire plane is literally home lore,
He does have lore of the fire plane.
which is to say he knows what obsidian is.
He very much knows what obsidian is, seeing as every piece of land in the plane of fire is made of obsidian.
And if it isn't, it's probably on fire.
Or other similar lava-based minerals.
Materials.
So yeah, he knocks on the obsidian box and is just like... The fire on his finger turns blue.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
And is going to try and unweld the rock to itself.
Well, if anyone can do it, it's him.
Okay, I'm gonna use...
Our small, passionate pyromaniac.
Yeah, I'm gonna use his knowledge of the fire plane to do this, because I have literally no idea what the hell else to do it with.
His kinetic ability.
That too.
So that's just a measure of his ability to manifest and shoot fire.
So,
in such
if
a
he's
degree.
using his kinetic ability, then he gets a plus 15.
If he's using his fire plane lore, he gets.
Plus 8.
I think he's trying to brute force this.
He's gonna brute force this, yeah. That's actually a pretty good roll. That is a 30.
Not bad.
Like I said, if anyone's gonna be able to do that, it's him.
For
So,
sure.
this is probably as careful as Little Flame could get, theoretically.
Uh-oh.
From overall, everything is now on fire to this specific thing is on fire.
Yeah.
We've achieved this specific item.
Over the course of 12 minutes, grueling, almost unbearably long, each minute feels like it takes an eternity, especially for you, Duzon.
Would 12 minutes have been enough for me to, like, cursory, like, try to read the circle from the edges?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Oh boy. Let's see if I... Come on, Grandma, don't fail me now. Grandma did not fail. Hopefully. That is 31. 17 plus a 14.
You start at one end, and I'm gonna say you get done translating one. If we were to divide this into a pie, you would get done translating 1/16 of that pie before Little Flame is done.
Wow.
Cause Little Flame got a really good roll, and so did you, but what he's doing can be done a lot faster.
Oh, far faster. His just takes willpower. Mine takes must read, must think,
Must
then
understand.
translate, and then move on and do it again.
For an entire circumference of, I don't even
Of
want to do
200
that
feet.
math. No,
More than 200 feet
of more than 250 feet, yes.
of just text written in glass.
Written in a language that you probably don't understand. But anyway, by the time you get
Well,
done translating and understanding and interpreting a small piece, Little
small-
Flame kind
oh,
of shouts
shit.
out to you, "I'm done!"
Oh boy.
And now we find out what lies in store for us.
As you all gather around, preparing your attacks, preparing whatever sort of offense that you can muster against whatever's inside this box, Little Flame pushes the lid off. Shooting out of the box is a shadow that coalesces into a black blob on the ground.
Oh, that's not disturbing at all.
It's almost bubbling, as if it was boiled.
Oh my.
Oh, please tell me that's not organic.
And from the black bob rises a skeletal hand, grasps the ground, a second skeletal hand,
Oh boy.
pulling out
Oh dear.
a full, medium, like 4 foot tall, 2 inches skeleton that then grows muscle over the skeleton slowly.
Oh. That's
Oh
not
no.
good.
And then after the muscle grows fat and skin and hair.
So we're watching a body develop in real time.
You are
Basically,
you are watching a
vital
body
muscle?
develop in real time.
Rari's disgusted. That's.
I mean, if you have training in medicine, then it shouldn't be too bad.
I mean, I do, but
Because there's honestly, there's probably a lot worse things in the field of medicine to witness.
I've never seen something like this go in reverse.
Once the body is fully formed, it kind of just slumps on the
Oh,
ground.
no, this isn't reverse. It's technically in the proper order.
It is in the proper order.
If it was reversed, we'd be seeing the body first and then it devolved.
Oh.
Once the body is fully formed, it kind of just slumps to the ground, head down to its knees, and the bubbling mass of shadow that was building this body shoots into it almost like a possession, and the body stiffens up, and you see red eyes open.
Oh, delightful. Does it fall?
It looks around. Sees that you guys
six dudes
just
on Little Flame, proud of himself, and then me and Rari are probably just like, oh boy, here we go.
whatever this thing is, it is very clearly unhappy.
Oh boy.
Well, it's a good thing I was prepared for this thing to immediately jump the violence gun.
It conjures a black ball into its hand and slams it into the ground.
Oh, no.
The glass splinters and cracks.
Oh, he's breaking the circle. Oh boy.
Does anybody understand
Necro? No.
No, not Necril. Shadow Tongue.
Excuse me?
Shadow Tongue?
Shadow Tongue.
Does not
No.
our shade companion understand it?
That's a good question. Does your shade companion understand it? Yes,
Would
he
be able to
does.
translate?
Yes, he does. So, Duzon, I'm going to make this thing translate directly to you because it is possessing your shadow.
Oh no.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You can understand what's happening.
That's what I'm worried about.
Duzon, speaking of, as soon as this accursed ground is shattered and splintered, you almost immediately start to feel better.
Oh.
Congratulations, you are no longer sickened. Everybody gets maximum hero points.
Oh, that is a really big indication of what's to come.
Don't like that.
I mean, I like hero
thank
points.
you. I mean,
If we're
thank
getting
you.
max ability to re-roll things, I have a feeling we're going to need it.
Believe me, thank you.
But still, holy crap!
I don't think we
scared.
should. I don't think we should thank him just yet.
That's the thing.
Well,
That's
well,
my
no.
other
I'm
point.
thanking him for the resource gain.
That's it.
I'm holding everything else is whatever happens right after this. I mean, it's gonna be fun either way. It's just
Intense.
Uh-oh.
Intense.
Did
We
Rari
are
trigger
fucked.
TPK territory? All for the sake of trying to save the Prophet of Dothod.
We are fucked.
We'll be good. I tell you.
So,
I have a
Duzon,
kinetic aura ready to blast if this thing
Uh-oh.
tries to make a move that is outwardly
acting.
about to kill
I
us.
am not acting. I am not acting hostile, but I am having Sky Sunder like tight.
clutch.
Hold up. Alright.
Yep.
Hit me, baby.
All of you hear this. Only Duzon understands it at first before this thing switches through a Rolodex of languages.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Oh, dear.
He's smart.
First it starts out in Shadow Tongue, because that's its natural language.
Before it realizes that we all look at it with the blank stare of we do not understand a word.
It notices Rari and starts speaking Draconic.
That I do understand.
What? Oh no.
What does it say to me in Draconic?
It says to you, "You're the ones that freed me from that
Yes.
prison."
Only Rari understands that.
Only Rari understands this.
Yes, we freed you.
And wait till he looks at a Suli who actually understands all elemental languages. Let's see what he picks from the hat on that one.
He looks to all of you, and you could almost see, like, the information rushing into his head. Him, like, he's just kind of taking in all of the sensory that he did not have inside of that box.
Well, I mean, it's a box.
Yeah.
Funbox, oh funbox, small and square and dark.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
Rari is like just hoping to goodness we did not just surrender our fate to something far worse than a false prophet necromancer thing.
After a minute of composing itself, it looks to, well, generally all of you, and starts speaking in common.
Uh-oh.
Where is he? The one who trapped me. Do you know?
Are you the true prophet of Dothod?
What do you know of Dothod?
We know that whatever is in the town over there is definitely not you.
And definitely not worshipping Dothod correctly, according to their scripture.
We've come to bring down this threat, but we were faced with a lot of opposition.
No, hold up. As soon as you say that there is a false prophet in this town and you're working to bring it down, this thing almost glides to you and just take me there.
I think we found him, guys.
What
Holy Prophet.
about the tome and the
Yes.
talismans?
The talismans are all over the town.
The mummies.
They
that
will
he
be
stole.
destroyed.
We were
Well, there's a
authorized
certain-
by that mummy to kill it.
There's a certain pharaoh who wants
Well,
the
I think-
talismans intact.
What's
To
Hold on,
put it
what's-
to rest,
out
most
of
likely.
character? What's the pharaoh's name again?
Yeah, that's tricky to pronounce.
It's like It's like it was some stereotypical pharaoh name like Karuthimanin or something like that.
Yeah.
I know it ended with the tep suffix.
I'm gonna say
Karutha
I'm gonna
Tep.
say the pharaoh's name, and I'm gonna tell him.
I don't.
Well, it's like
He wishes to be brought back a tome on creating talismans.
As well as
And
the
what
talismans
talismans we could
themselves.
find. The
Those-
false prophet had stolen his gods, and he wishes control of them back.
Fine, you may do as you wish with them, but I can almost promise you no good will come of it. And he kind of backs off of Rari a little bit.
Are you certain of this?
He didn't make any promises of our safety, so most likely not. Maybe the reward is becoming mummies ourselves.
Perhaps your reward shall be a painless death while he conquers the world.
You bring up
So-
a good point.
Bring the creepy undead and bunch of, the true heretic down.
And then once we deal with him, we can deal with your mummy friend, because I feel like he won't take kindly to the destruction of his property.
He did
Actually,
give
he
us
gave full
permission to
permission
kill
to destroy the converted undeads,
I am not
claiming that he
referring
could
to the undead.
simply.
Then, are you referring to him, the one who stole your position?
I'm referring to the talismans and the tome.
Oh, the artifacts. Those might.
Those
Yes, most likely would not
talismans
be.
and that tome are the only reason that false prophet has any inkling of power.
Would it be possible to destroy those?
Yes, I can destroy them. I just need to get them first.
Of course. Well,
Well,
I'm a
give you some-
little.
I can give you some good news. And I'll pull out the tome.
Wait, you found the tome?
Yeah,
did?
I was trying to read it, and then it snapshot on me because I offended the secret god.
Oh.
I never put it back.
Oh, that's
Pharaoh, the Pharaoh did not know that half of that story.
good. Okay.
Oh, wow.
The prophet is
Hey.
going to hold out their hand.
Well, whatever the god of secrets that has his knowledge sealed in there, he's already not quite happy with me, so I'll take my chances and hand it over.
The God of Secret already has this knowledge. This is merely a copy.
If I may ask of you, Prophet, I'm not really feeling all too well. Something odd happened, and I just don't know. Like it
Which
hurt.
part
My
of
head
something
kind of
odd?
hurts.
I'm afraid
I,
that I'm.
Is there any way you can perhaps restore a little bit of vitality?
How long do you think it'd take us to return to the town on foot, given that we're all difficult terrain walkers?
If not, that's understandable.
If we're all the way down here and the town was like up here, probably a while.
The town is not up there. It's like right here.
Okay.
So
But
the
if we're
town
more
is
than
like
10
right
minutes
here. You're like right here.
Which is to say, we're definitely more than 10 minutes away on terrain.
Yeah, you're definitely more than 10 minutes away. As far as what the you ask for this thing to help you, right?
To heal.
To heal, yeah.
All right, so
I'm just gonna side eye, and I'm just like, you know, I can provide magical healing, right?
Well, that's true, but I don't know if your healing could help me with whatever that was. Maybe something from the divine can help.
as you're requesting him of this, Rari,
Yeah, I'm like,
he looks to
Basically.
Duzon.
Uh-oh.
Specifically,
Also a divine healer.
specifically your shadow, Duzon.
Oh yeah, that's the mummies. That's the mummies.
Uh-oh.
He holds up his hand. He's gonna cast Holy Light.
Hallelujah.
That's
So-
a good thing.
Holy Light. You shine a blazing ray of light tinged with holy energy. Make a ranged spell attack. The ray deals 5d6 fire damage. If the target has an unholy trait, it deals an extra 5d6 spirit damage.
Which is to say, this thing is left.
So you
It's
literally
gonna cast
hear
holy light. You piece of shit. Who do you think you are? No, that's a good thing? No, that's a good thing. Ah, take it back. Take back this rainbow.
Duzon, this holy beam of light strikes your shadow and you hear it scream before dying.
Oh god.
Your shadow is now purged.
And not a magical shadow anymore. It is now just a shadow.
I'm sorry, but you had a spy attached to you.
Actually, it was our guide, I believe.
Well, now it's dead.
good thing too. A spy is not a good thing to have with us for long. And since it's eradicated, can't tell the tale.
But the Pharaoh will know.
And what of it? Perhaps the forces of the false prophet killed the Shade.
I like the way you think.
He doesn't need to know.
Beyond whatever he just learned.
Although, Cyris, if you would be so kind to offer some of that food, I could use a little bit of help. Maybe that's what I need. Again, I don't quite really know what was happening there, but maybe food will get my brain and everything else back in proper order, I guess you could say. What was I doing? Did you guys
I think you need to see someone who specializes in mental health.
A therapist.
Yes.
Do you know what I did? Well, wait a minute. Therapy's a bit of a stretch here.
What? Would you rather I say the insane asylum?
Therapy is a lovely start, but I suggest some ayahuasca to break the ego from the bottom.
So, I would,
I mean, if we're right next to each other, I'll just give Ocean's Balm.
What you are.
But okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how much?
Just lightly tap you on the head, like it's okay, small uneducated child.
It's okay, small uneducated.
I have you know I am an adult in kobold years. The point still stands. Would you like some crayons?
Would you like some crowns?
The uneducated point still stands.
My question still stands. Would you like a coloring page and some crayons?
Rari probably would be like, yes.
Yep.
Would you like a booster seat? I can also throw in a coloring page and some crayons. Well, I won't say no to that.
You get 4d8 hit points.
Okay.
So let's see. First 2, that's 13. 18. Wait, 21.
21?
21 points of healing, and you get resistance 5 to fire for 1 minute for what that's worth.
All right, cool, thank you.
Which matters very little for that minute. It's like, for 1 minute, the desert doesn't seem too hot. The next minute, after 1 minute, it's going to go back to normal instantly.
Oh no, not hype. Is it hyper or hypo at that point? Thermia.
Yes. It is yes.
Oh no.
You go from, oh, this isn't actually so bad anymore. Oh god, how'd it get so hot again?
I'm a reptile, so...
Meanwhile, while this is happening between Rari and Cyris, Duzon, the prophet just starts talking to you about forestry.
Okay.
They have lore of forests.
Ooh. Do tell.
So they kind of walk up to you and they're like, "You must be a... what do the mushroom people call it?" He kind of thinks on it for a moment.
The mushroom people.
I'm letting him get to it to give him the pride of getting it right.
Gets it dreadfully wrong on outer spite.
You must be the lord of your forest, correct?
I do not see it that way. I am a Leshy, created by Borealis, keeper of seasons.
He has, like, that's why you're awakened. Okay.
And oversized. Most Leshies I've ever seen are closer to his size, and points at Rari.
What's that supposed to mean?
Small.
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 Stocky.
Brave, courageous?
Like small cacti or succulents.
Dangerous?
Depending on how well trained they are.
I'll take it.
How well trained are you?
Depends on what you're asking for. Some of which I've come to regret to be trained in. Some of which I am... not so much.
The prophet nods and just...
And
shall we
yet to visit the library.
Yes.
Now, shall we make our way back to where the false prophet is?
Let us move.
Yes,
Well,
let's go.
Not getting any brighter out.
Mm-hmm. So let's go. Who knows what he's doing at the town?
Probably spreading lies and trying to rally up his little cult bit. Tends to be what most people who want to start a cult do.
Well, let's just tear down ourselves a cult then.
And with that, you guys make your way back towards the
Tottara.
town of Tottara. And
On foot. Through the sand.
on foot through the sand. I'm gonna just speed this up and say you make it to the town right at the end of session because we do not have time for this whole encounter.
Oh, I thought we were all cooked. I mean, I'm definitely cooked with that insanity roll. But, like, my DC went up probably twice, 3 times. I don't know how, but...
Definition of insanity right there.
I know you were
Really,
trying
man.
to defend yourself, Rob, but I'm sorry. I had
Yeah.
to stop you there.
I know. I was...
There is no
In
defending
reality-
yourself from doing it.
From
In reality,
insanity.
though, I, again, definitely should have spoken out of character.
Maybe in the next downtime.
But yeah, no.
Maybe in the next downtime, if
Mhm.
you're willing to go through a crash course of language, I could teach you Pyric.
But yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations. You guys have successfully saved the true
I'm not
prophet
sure
of Dothan.
how long that would take, though.
Cool.
It could take. It depends on your intelligence, I think.
We saved
Oh.
the true prophet.
I mean, I'm a +3 intelligence. I'm more concerned about how long it'll take Rari to comprehend it.
I mean, even though I'm not necessarily learned, I do have a +2 modifier into intelligence.
Okay. Which is to say you can pick it up and not make Cyris want to slit your throat.
Gouge his eye out.
Which is to say that Rari is going to be easier to teach than Little Flame.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be able to pick it up a little quicker. Or
To be fair, teaching Little Flame probably ended up kind of entertaining on some level because of
Next-
the wild things that Little Flame has said.
next beach episode is basically us giving Rari a rudimentary education.
Next
And
beach
then
episode
also
is Rari
teaching it-
earning his GED.
Yeah, honestly, Rari goes to high school.
And the language class he's being forced to take is how to understand Little Flame. Actually.
That would be a funny session, honestly. Rari's just gonna be like, what's 5 plus 7? Well, 12. Okay, now solve the Pythagorean theorem.
Bad tilt.
What?
I think
That's
you would have. I think you already would have lost Cyrus's faith after answering 5 plus 7 wrong.
Anyway,
that
for those of you
Do that on your
watching the
hands.
stream, for those of you watching the stream, we're gonna end on that note.
True.
Have a wonderful night. If I don't see you next time, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.